Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Joe and this is a different video for me. I typically do repairs on stuff and fabrication. This is actually a review of a few different bed and breakfasts that we found to be absolutely wonderful. We recently did a trip through Pennsylvania, Virginia, and North Carolina, and these are the places that we stayed at. And we'd like to give a little shout out to all of them because we had a wonderful time at each one, and they all went out of their way to make us feel comfortable. I should mention that at the end of this are two additional reviews, but they're not bed and breakfasts. One is a quaint little restaurant in Middletown, New York, and the second is this huge tractor, truck, and auto museum in Virginia, I believe. I'll give the details at the beginning of that. That was impressive. So if you stick around for that, good luck. Otherwise, you can jump past these 4 or 5 reviews and go right to those near the end. Our first stop was at Four Seasons for Fun Bed and Breakfast in Lakeville, Pennsylvania. It's near a pretty large lake. It's new. I think it opened in 2024. We had a wonderful breakfast. It's in a quiet area in the woods. It's on a private road. The room was a moderate-sized bedroom area. The room happened to be handicap accessible room, and it was on the main floor with a porch out front, as you can see. The owners seem to have thought of everything here. This is the bedroom area, the bath. This is wonderful. This is another suite upstairs, and this is outside. There are 24-hour snacks, coffee, and tea. Saturday night had an ice cream social. There was plenty of parking. And of course, it's handicap accessible. Games and puzzles in the common room, as well as television and fireplaces. Out back, you can see there's all kinds of activities and places to sit. In the room, there was a combo fridge and freezer. Outdoors had a pool and a hot tub. Fairly modern style, clean and crisp. Friendly and responsive hosts. They were very, very good. This is the common area where on the left-hand side are all the coffees and teas and hot chocolates and add-ons and mix-ins. And on the right-hand side is a honor system for snacks. And you can see we have a lot of different things here. And you could even spice some stuff up. And there's some scones. They even have scones out for when you need to snack in the middle of the day. The door that's open is the room that we stayed in. The door next to it is where the hosts stay, I believe. And this is the kitchen. It's off limits to guests. This is where they do all the cooking. And this is a combination room. It's kind of like a four-season porch. It's actually a room, but they wanted to make it feel like a porch. And this is where you have your breakfast. You can sit down, relax. There's a fireplace inside, a couple of televisions, tons of games. This is how it's set up for breakfast. And you get your food on the snacks and drinks and stuff are on the right-hand side here up against the kitchen, and they bring your meal to you. And these are some of the meals that we had there. All home cooked, of course, just absolutely delicious. The next spot we stayed in was called the Patrick House. It is part of the Frederick House Bed and Breakfast Suites in Stanton, Virginia. They spell it Staunton, but I believe it's pronounced Stanton. Anyway, the Patrick House was one of the few or several buildings that comprise the Frederick House location. They're all close to each other. Some are standalone like this, some are adjacent to each other. This building was, I believe, the furthest away, and it was like a 2 or 3 minute walk down to where you would eat breakfast in their main area. It was quiet, huge rooms. At least our room was huge, well maintained, we thought. Uh, Mostly Victorian era, and here's some other pictures of it. It was named a historic preservation building, I guess, 1998. And nice front porch on our building. This is down where we have to eat. It's also where you check in. So you check in with the host, the rear right here where the entrance door is, and this is the breakfast area. So it was a very nice sit-down breakfast, and our building had off-street parking, very friendly host, and our bed seemed to be very high, and it turns out that there's a step stool underneath the bed. If you look for it, you can pull it out and use the step stool to get in. A lot of display items here. The menu is printed on their coffee cup. It's kind of neat. And they do a very good job. We did not leave hungry here either. Both places, all the places, gave us way too much food. This is one of the rooms with the bed. It wasn't our room. This was the hallway outside where we stayed. We stayed on the left-hand side here. We're at the front door. And if you go through that back spot, there's a side door. We had a suite. This was I'll call it the sitting area. Huge area to just sit down and relax. I don't remember. I don't think it had a TV. Yes, it did have a TV in it. In the cabinet to just barely see to the left, facing into the room, is a television. In the corner in the back is a refrigerator, a little refrigerator freezer. And these are the pocket doors that go into the bedroom area. And you can see now the television cabinet. And nice little stands. You can see the bathroom is to the left there, and to the right is a closet with a couple of bathrobes. And here's the bed. I guess you'd call it a four-poster. Pretty tall. There's the step stool to get into it. Another television tucked away in that closet, or in that cabinet in the bedroom, with some very good lighting coming. I believe that was more to the west, and a table that you could work at. A fairly modern bathroom, not overly big, but it was adequate. It was very nice, clean, pedestal sink, a little touch of the Victorian era. And that's what we had at the Frederick House. We enjoyed it. They're putting a lot of work into it. You can only do so many things at once. They're making it better all the time, although we found nothing wrong with it in our situation. Our third location is a true Victorian residential area. I'm going to say at one time it was a very expensive house. When it was built, it had all the amenities around the turn of the 1900s. All the modern stuff had been put in, the plumbing, telephone wires, even wired for electricity. So the original owners put a lot of money into it. I wish I had taken more pictures. I didn't. But it's just, you'll see when we go through the pictures, it's just exquisite. It was built in 1905. Host is very interactive with her guests. Personally oversaw the restoration, which was started a few decades ago, I guess. She's been there a while, and she has kept it up to absolutely pristine condition. We had a delicious breakfast. The room on the second floor was very large, and it was decorated in the Victorian style, but the shower was actually built into a closet and was done very nicely to keep the Victorian flavor of the room yet make it modern for the shower. The room itself did have a somewhat unique layout because of that. There's off-street parking behind the building, as the previous two also had off-street parking. Um, and when we were leaving, the host actually gave us homemade cookies for our departure. So that was very much fun. Uh, the front, uh, this this was actually all torn out, she says, when it was originally bought by her, and this all had to be totally restored uh, into basically what looks like it was original condition. Just an absolutely wonderful front entrance. This is a common sitting area just off of that front door. And you can see it's very tastefully decorated in the proper era with wonderful railings. This is our bedroom. You actually have your individual, whoops, I shouldn't have done that. Actually have your individual controls for, I believe it was massage in the bed. And we never used it, but it was okay. And a little armoire to the left, cozy little room, plenty of Wi-Fi in all these spots. That door actually hides the shower, and there's another door that you can't see to the right here is the commode toilet, and the sink, of course, is built right into the desk, the table, the furniture that's right there, and the drawers, as much as possible, still function. They were able to section off the drawers for the plumbing and use the remainder of the drawers in each case. This is where we had our breakfast, and in back, those are original pieces. Um, Took some restoration to get those fully functional. This is what we had for breakfast that day. Very well laid out. I wish I'd taken some of the other rooms we had. We went through the whole house, not the third floor, but we went through the second floor where the other two rooms are, and they were also very tastefully redone. I should have mentioned before we start this next one that the turn of the century bed and breakfast is in Salisbury, North Carolina. Next we come to the Woodward House on Manor Grade. These are all bed and breakfasts. This is an older establishment, maybe not 1905, which was absolutely pristine inside, totally uncluttered. Very sleek looking. This one is more of a homey feel. Um, it's not cluttered, but as you can see, there is a lot of artwork and just, to me, items to look at. It certainly is not barren. They've been in business quite a while. There are three of them, three people that act as hosts and hostesses, and they do just an absolutely fantastic job. It was difficult to get a picture of the outside. This is quite a bit off the road up a fairly steep driveway. Uh, Plenty of parking, but you're kind of enclosed by trees and so forth. So it was difficult to get a picture of the house outside. But this is basically where you walk in the beginning. Uh, Behind the gentleman there is a common bar area, I guess you'd say, where there's complimentary uh, soft drinks and some snacks inside the bar area. As you can see, it's very decorated. We had a great breakfast, and like the others, perhaps too much breakfast. They were not afraid to give you plenty of food. Wonderful to chat with the people there. We had lots of space in our room, you'll see. Uh, and again here, this is looking back towards the front door, I believe. It may be the front door still. But yes, it's just, there's a lot to look at in this house. And this is a seating area where you can rest. There's plenty of room to spread out and just rest. Another common, a nice large area. This is towards the rear of the house. You take those stairs in the back to go up to the bedrooms. And this is the beginning of breakfast. Very tastefully done. Typical healthy food, actually. I was surprised, but all the good foods. Uh, most of these pictures, I'm going to say probably over half, were taken from the review pages out on the web. And I don't know who the photographers are. They weren't copyrighted or anything like that. So just common usage. But you can see, I mean, just boy, you want to talk about food. And here's our bedroom. Um, Big king size bed, again, fairly tall. On the left hand side on the floor, you can see one step stool. There's one on the other side. There's sort of a pass through to the far right. There it is. It goes into a fairly large seating area, which has a TV on the far end. And the windows, you can look out to the east, south and east. And this is in that area. You can see you have your own Keurig dispenser, coffee, whatever, tea. I don't use one, so I don't know. And this is just daytime looking in the same area. And you can see the TV at the far end. Plenty of light. And the bathroom, this is our bathroom. Little cozy in there. But it was functional, works very well. And when we left, they gave us bath salts as a gift when we left. Common bar had complimentary drinks. We had fresh cookies and some snacks in the room. Just very, very well taken care of. They really think of their guests. Our last stop is called Paper Mill Pines. It's a bed and breakfast in Shikshiny, Pennsylvania. Shickshiny. Oh, and I should have said the Woodward House on Manor Grade is in Front Royal, Virginia. We're not going to, we don't do any editing here per se. If I make mistakes and get it out of sequence, well, that's the way it is, I guess. So this is a very nice, I'm going to say fairly recent structure, probably in the last, 20 or 30 years. Gorgeous property. They spent a lot of time on their property. This is how you would enter. If you look at the front of the house again, just behind our car is where the guests enter, and there's an entrance for the hosts on the other side near the garage. And so when you enter, you basically meet right here. Usually find stuff on the table to the right. In the back is a common sitting area that guests can go to, and up the stairs are the three bedroom areas. This is more of that guest area, and very large, nicely done. And this actually, if you look, there's a little refrigerator underneath that counter and a microwave, and those two pull-out drawers there that are brownish in color. One has coffees and teas, and the other one has snacks. Plenty of and fruit on the tables. Again, plenty of food and snacks to munch on when you're not eating and you need something. Getting here, we thought we were going to the middle of nowhere. Uh, Boy, the twists and turns to get here. Couldn't understand why they'd have this bed and breakfast out this far. But it turns out that if you're an avid hiker, kayaker, fisherman, there are lots of places around here to uh, do some recreational activities, and this is a good jumping off point. They get really busy apparently in the summertime with that stuff. The rooms, common areas, all very well kept, as you can see. Our hosts were very sociable. We had wonderful talks with them. Uh, if you look around, this is one of the bedrooms. This was not ours, I don't believe, nor this one. This was our room. I think those were the three rooms. And this is outside the back area. Up on the little deck there, you'll see the welcome sign. Behind those sliders is the dining area, the breakfast area. And plenty of places to sit or do alternative eating outside. If you're looking back, they have a little pond down there. There's a screened in room down there to sit in if you wanted to. Very nicely done. And there's some more of this terrace out the back. Fire pit to the way in back by that little green roof that covers the logs. More of the play area for kids. A very large covered area that's usually set up in the summertime for resting outside. Different type of fire pit. It's not really a fire pit, but you can sit around and enjoy it. There's the fire pit in action. And this is the screened in area right by the pond. And on the far side of the pond, not this side, but the other one, there is a glamping area. We'll have a couple pictures of that. And this is where we had breakfast. This is the glamping area. It has a composting toilet, a really nice bed, and a place to barbecue if you wanted to. Quite interesting. And I guess that gets booked up pretty well as well. We are also now going to turn to two places that are not bed and breakfast. I'm going to call them little extras here. One is a food place. Yes, we have some bonus footage if you wish to stick around. We will now go to a small restaurant, I guess you'd call it. And we're also going to spend some time at a tractor, truck, and auto museum. Just stunning the amount of restorations they've done there. But anyway, let's talk about lunch. Halfway to our first stop, which was in Pennsylvania, there is this restaurant in Middletown, New York. We actually drove a little bit out of our way. We were coming across 84 and detoured into Middletown just to eat at this location. We'd done it a couple of years ago, and we decided to do it again. It's called Olivia's Empanadas, and it's fairly small. It's plain. You order at the counter. If you can grab one of the tables, you can sit at one of the tables or take it with you. Uh, it's in the middle of the city, and the food is delicious. It's authentic. Uh, Dominican sausage, if you can look at it, chorizo, Dominican cheese. So it has that Latino style, or some would say Spanish style, Caribbean, and the prices were extremely reasonable. And it's not pre-made. You have to wait for them to make it, which is fine with us. Um, Very straightforward menu. Some things I can't pronounce, but that's just the way it is. Uh, and they always say thank you. Was a picture of the original Manhattan, I think. I forget. It's New York City, a couple of centuries ago. And these are some looks at some of the food people have purchased. And we always get a couple of empanadas there, 2 or 3, get a soda. Just absolutely wonderful food. Finally, our last section of bonus footage is from Colonial Heights, Virginia, Keystone Truck and Tractor Museum. And if you go look for reviews, it's listed under 2 or 3 different names. Whoever started the first reviews didn't always call it that, but it's worth looking into if you're into any sort of restorations of equipment. I have a lot of pictures here. I'm going to go through them fast. There's nothing after this. If this doesn't interest you, you can bail now. But even my wife thought this was an amazing place. So uh, we'll get right into it, I guess. You can see this is just one view of one of the 4 rooms that they have equipment in. This room is all tractors or tractor-based equipment, and it's pretty much laid out by manufacturer. You can see the signs above. There's a Case sign, so that's the Case area. There's Ford, there's John Deere, Massey Harris, Massey Ferguson, and it just keeps going. I mean, look at the rows and rows and rows. Oliver's, Farmall, International, a little baby one somebody made. Co-op, I've never even heard of most of these. Of course, then I'm from New England, so we don't do a lot of farming like this. But look at the rows of John Deere stuff. And this was the beginning of John Deere, the Waterloo Boy. Just unbelievable setup. Specialized John Deere to go through bogs and stuff. It had wood cleats, just unbelievable. 1917 International. Just the workmanship is just unbelievable. But as I said, I'm going to go through quite a bit here. You'd hardly think that was a tractor, but that's what they call it. Just keep going. They're just more and more and more. All fully restored, it would appear. And as you can start seeing next to my thumb on the left-hand side, they have antique other stuff too, just kicking around. This is room number 2. This is where cars and small trucks, pickup trucks are. Cobras, old 55 Thunderbirds. This is another room with not quite large trucks. It's just got trucks. Then we get into the semis. And if you look to the far left, you can see there's 2 more rooms back there. They're fairly small. Those were trucks. Mack trucks, Peterbilts, Kenworths, and it just keeps going. And as I said, they've spent a lot of time and money fully restoring these. Just absolutely mint condition. I believe several have been donated or maybe on permanent loan. I didn't question that. But it was quite the place. We spent a couple of hours just going through all the vehicles, looking at them all. Fire trucks. And as I said, up against some of the walls, you'll see other stuff. I didn't do it, but up above all these miniatures are various oil cans when they actually had the old round paper and metal oil cans. Here's an example of a collection that they just started collecting stuff. Hose nozzles, logging tools. As you can see, look at the tree made out of tools behind this gentleman. So that was really interesting in itself. So hopefully you found this entertaining, interesting, of some help. And I thank you for sticking it out. Like, subscribe, dislike, comment, share. The old YouTube mantra. I hope someone finds some usefulness in this. I'm going to say review because it really is a review of everything. And we'll see you on the next one. So thanks a lot.